Hey, True Believers, Englentine here with another episode of Comic Book Origins. This time we're taking a look at the very first appearance of Justice League Antarctica, and yeah, it was really a thing. What ended up happening, this is during the JLI days, and so Major Disaster decided he's going to put together an Injustice League. There's always an Injustice League to whatever Justice League. So he got big names like Clock King, Clue Master. He had, what was his name? The Scarlet Skier. Anyway, they go and they try to steal this diamond called the Dooley Diamond. And when they get there, there's terrorists there. They're already, trying to get the diamond for themselves. And the Injustice Gang actually stops them because they want to steal the diamond. However, the authorities arrive and they see that the Injustice Gang stopped them, so they end up getting treated like heroes. And in all honesty, Major Disaster kind of liked the feeling. So when approached by Maxwell Lord, who at the time was, funding the Justice League, he felt, okay, I need to keep an eye on these guys. So, boom, Justice League Antarctica was formed. And thank you very much for this commissioned video. And with that said, I'd like to get into the very first appearance of Justice League Antarctica, not the first appearance of that iteration of the Injustice League. It's the actual first appearance of Justice League Antarctica. It was Justice League Annual number 4, which they just crossed out and said Justice League Antarctica. So there we go. And in all honesty, I like this cover because it says it all. Everybody's ready to get their picture taken for the big hero shot, and Nort's going, wait a second. It's behind us, guys. There you go. That says everything in a nutshell in one cover. And we start the story off in the unemployment line where Big Sir and Major Disaster sitting there, and Big Sir's just bothering him saying, hey, look, I'm hungry, and apparently Major Disaster's getting really, really teed at his constant whining, and Big Sir asks, did Big Sir do something wrong? But Major Disaster tells him, no, you didn't do anything wrong. I'm Major Disaster, leader of the Injustice Gang, standing on the unemployment line. I'm not supposed to be a hard luck case. I'm supposed to be the ruler of the world. Bingo. And so as they're walking out of the unemployment office, Big Sir notices 2 of their friends. It's Clue Master and Clock King. Oh no, Clue Master says, hey, Clocko, don't look now, but I know. I saw them 3 minutes and 26 seconds ago. Just pretend you don't see them. I don't think they see us. They're probably blaming me for our past failures. Blame you never. Big Sir thinks they just can't hear us. Hey, fellas! And as the group is standing around pondering their fates and what brought them to the unemployment office, even though they're the Injustice Gang, another member walks in and Major Disaster's like, it's fate. We need to put the old band back together. They decide to change venue and end up at the house of the old lady that Multi-Man works at, and he's even telling her, hey, I've got a good gig here. I've been taking care of this old woman, and soon she's going to leave her. She's going to redo her will, so I get everything, and that's when Big Sir decides to search around the house, and they hear a scream rush up, and they find out that he scared the old lady to death. And Multi-Man starts crying, of course. Not for the money. That's what everybody else is bringing up. But no, they find out that he didn't kill the old woman. He just scared her. And when she comes to, she fires the Multi-Man. So in the morning, he's going to get nothing. This, of course, leaves both Big Sir and Multi-Man crying. Why not? And we cut to the Injustice Gang, and they're standing outside the museum where they know the Dooley Diamond is on the inside. And of course they're saying, well, look, we can't get in there. Of course we could get in there. We're the Injustice Gang. My point exactly. But Bruce made a grappling gun that would be able to hold everybody's weight, and as they're crossing, they're wondering, hey, what if somebody looks up? Psst, it's New York. Nobody ever looks up and admires the skyline, nor do they look people in the eye. I've been to New York once in my life. I'm done, by the way, guys. That's my saying, not theirs. So the Injustice Gang bursts through the doors. Major Disaster says, tremble in fear, O foolish mortals. You think you know what power is, but now you stand before the assembled might of Injustice League? He says quizzically when he looks and sees there's already people holding up all the rich people and trying to steal the Dooley Diamond. And we see one of the people looking on ask, who are these morons? Shit. And we see one of the guys being robbed look and go, who are these morons? Cluemaster says, "It's happening again. It's happening again." "Terrorists," Multi-Man says. "And of course they'd be here tonight." Clock King asks, "I don't know about you guys, but I think it's time to go." "American costume superheroes, shoot them!" And we find out that just pisses Big Sir off. And we see the next day that they are hailed as heroes. This doesn't go over with some of the group because, in all honesty, they didn't get beat up, but then again, they didn't get the girl or the diamond. There wasn't a girl. I just made that part up. Anyway, they start talking about it, and they're like, "Hey," Big Sir says, "Big Sir liked being a hero. Big Sir want to be a hero again." And one of them says, "It was kind of fun. Those people really thought we were something special. It's just too bad we can't make a living out of this." And that's when Major Disaster goes, "I don't like the sound of that, says Multi-Man. "Gentlemen, I think there's only one option open to us," says Major Disaster. And so they decide to go visit Maxwell Lord. But of course, he and Martian Manhunter are a little bit weary that the Injustice Gang actually wants to change the spots of their leopard. So they tell him, "Hold on, wait, we'll talk about it." And Major Disaster's like, "Dude, I promise you this is not some sort of gag or plan to get back at you. We are sincere." So Martian Manhunter and he decide to talk about it, and ultimately Maxwell Lord says, "I think we should do it. I mean, haven't you ever heard that it's best to promote inept people into positions where they could do the less damage?" And we cut to Cluemaster. "What the hell is going on with Guy Gardner's boots? Holy Toledo, that's bad." Not as bad as his ear. I don't care what's going on this page. I want to know, why did they agree that that's the way those boots should look? I mean, it's like he's got his legs in buckets. It's horrible. And then look in the fourth panel, right below the boots, is his ears. What the hell is going on with Guy Gardner's ears? My gosh. I mean, I know he's supposed to have the Mo Howard cut, but damn. That's some horrible art there, guys. Seriously, I know he could do better. I know he could do better, but just not here. Wow. Wow, that's bad. Cut to Nort having a grand old time flying around. "Whoop-dee-doo, oh Nort, you little devil, if your Uncle Newman could see you now, he'd be proud. Yes, sirree, they laughed at Unc when he used his influence to get me into the Green Lantern Corps, but just how did he bribe the Guardians?" That is an issue I want to read. See, okay, I understand we're going on the Antarctic thing, but seriously, don't you want to see how his uncle used influence to get him into the Green Lantern Corps? Anyway, he's just so happy to be the leader of the Justice League Antarctica. We see him flying down to the base, and that the Injustice Gang is not that happy. Oh, wonderful. "Yo, Major. A giant dog just landed outside. Excellent. Let them know we're all here." "Excellent. You don't mean that dog is..." "That dog, sir, is a Green Lantern and a valued member of this team." "Fine, but if he tries to lick me, I'm out of here." And we see Power Girl is there too. Martian Manhunter is explaining that they wanted somebody representing, of course, the American and European branch, because at the time there was a Justice League American and a Justice League European, and they chose Power Girl. And she's like, "Why not Elongated Man or Blue Beetle?" And Martian Manhunter says he needed somebody with great physical powers because Major Disaster's a major disaster. Everybody's idiots here. And when you throw in Norton, she's like, "Oh, I think I'm getting a migraine." And thus the Justice League Antarctica sit down to their very first meeting. And then they cut to 2 pages worth of the other Justice Leagues laughing at Justice League Antarctica. And of course, being the Antarctic Justice League, boredom begins to sit in. Nort saying, "Hey, what do you want to do?" Clock King's like, "I don't know. What do you want to do? Let's go on patrol." "Hey, wait a second. Not all of us have fur coats. It is Antarctica after a while." Big Sir, on the other hand, seems to be doing fine. As he makes a doghouse for Nort. Of course, he sees Nort fly away, gets mad. Major Disaster is trying to tell him, look, he's fine. He's a Green Lantern. But Big Sir gets mad and upset and begins to chase Nort to try to bring him back. Cut to Blue Beetle reading all of the Injustice League's, or as at this point, Justice League Antarctica's bios, laughing his ass off. My favorite, of course, is the one at the bottom where it says Nort, group affiliation, ASPCA, status up for adoption, and that just about covers it. And we cut to Nort, still excited about being in a Justice League, and flies off. He finds another station and decides to land there and see what's up about it. Only to find out that, like the Thing, something escaped its containment and killed everybody who was running the facility. Nort finds a clue and figures, hey, maybe get the Clue Master in since he's supposed to be good at that kind of thing. And in the meantime, we still see Big Sir running through the snow trying to find his doggy. Back at headquarters, Nort brings the video evidence that he found, hoping that Clock King could make something of it, but they send Clock King over to monitor duty before they put in the videos, so I'm not exactly sure what the point of all that was. Cut to the Scarlet Skier flying above Antarctica. Nort convinced him to join the group. Nort also fixed his skier, which is probably why he wrecked and ended up in the snow. Cut to Captain Adams speaking with a French ambassador, saying, of course, that, okay, there's not supposed to be that kind of research in Antarctica, and the French ambassador tells him, yeah, it was just supposed to be, some genetic research, but the facility got contacted by certain parties, and it became a bioweapon lab. So he says, hey, Kath, it's that time again. Who do we have? And she says, I've got a list right here. Would you like it with aspirin? So once again, Maxwell Lord and Martian Manhunter talk about what to do, and he says, well, you guys need to get down. Oh, actually, no. He says, well, we'll have the JLI help you. And Martian Manhunter, and he says, well, what about the Justice League Antarctica? You sent them up there. Which I'm thinking, okay, Martian Manhunter doesn't know that Antarctica isn't in the north. Just saying. And finally, we cut to the videotape that Nort found. Escape from the containment area. Oh, God, I can hear them out there. They're wild, crazed. I'm the only one left. Schmidlap, Maurice Jean, they're all dead, torn to shreds by those... Oh, heaven help me, what have I done? I made versions of this tape in French, German, English. I pray that someone will find it. Get the word out to the world. Please stop them before it's too late. For all of us, stop them before... Oh, no. They're through the barriers. They're coming for me. They're... Yeep, yeep, yacht. I don't know what the yacht is, but there you go. And Nort says, he crossed them with piranha? Ouch. I don't see what you're all so upset about. I mean, this will probably work out for the best, if you ask me, says Multi-Man. When are you going to be miserable again? Another hour or two. Then just keep your mouth shut until then, says Major Disaster. Cut back to the Scarlet Skier now running away. This is unbelievable, incredible, and utterly embarrassing. I mean, me being chased by... I can't even say it. They almost had me too if not for my armor, and frankly it won't be able to take much more. Why did I ever come to this stupid Nort? That's why. I'm gonna... And that's when Big Sir yells to him, have you seen a big doggy anywhere around here? Wait a minute. This doggy, he wasn't by any chance wearing a green ring, was he? Yeah, he was. Did you see him? Look, maybe we'd better talk about the doggy later. Those things are gonna be here any... What things? And they hear the sound coming over the bend. Those things. Ooh, birdies. Lots of birdies. Take a look at those teeth, my friend. Those are killer birdies. Ooh, no. What if the birdies ate the doggy? We can only hope. And we cut to Justice League Antarctica, who come across Big Sir and Scarlet Skier being chased by some penguin piranhas. Piranha penguins? And scoop them up to save their lives. Yay! Issue's over, right? No, not by a long shot. And after berating Scarlet Skier for being late, who, by the way, just by mention of it, wants to kill Nort, but Big Sir puts a stop to that, they notice that the penguins are following Big Sir's scent all the way to their headquarters, so they decide to go and head him off at the Penguin Pass. And we see that the two teams, Justice League America and Europe, are on their way down to Antarctica to stop the killer penguins. Some of them thinking it's ridiculous, some of them knowing it. Yeah, you kind of see this thing when you hang around these two teams, and of course Wally West hitting on fire. Back at the headquarters, the killer penguins have the facility surrounded, and somebody says exactly what we're thinking. This is ridiculous. And on the inside of the facility, we find out it was Major Disaster who said that, and he's saying, it won't seem quite so ridiculous. Fuck. But on the inside of the facility, Major Disaster saying, it won't seem quite so ridiculous if they get through our defenses. This is all your fault, Multi-Man says. Mine? You're the one who wanted to go straight and join the JLA, and it's your fault too. Me? Yes, for being so big and stupid and ugly. Hey, don't you go insulting my buddy, Nort says. Multi-man responds. And you're more ridiculous than those birds out there. My, aren't we angry today, Major Disaster tells him. It's transitional phase I go through on the way from being unbearable cheerful to unbearably depressed. Well, keep it to yourself. We've got a situation here. It's up to Justice League Antarctica to stop those killer penguins. Oh, no, please don't hurt the birdies. I won't let you hurt the birdies. This has to be a dream, says the Scarlet Skier. People like this can't really exist. Clock King leans over to Big Sir. Sir, if we don't get rid of the birdies, they'll eat the doggy. Oh, kill the birdies! Kill! Kill, kill! But the birds break in. This prompts Nort to go into action. He says, well, it's great. Now we get to do what we were born to do. What all superheroes do best. Mindless violence, says Major Disaster. You got it, Mage. And we cut to the Multi-Man and Cluemaster as the penguins come upon them. Cluemaster throws a smoke bomb down saying they can't eat what they can't see. And Multi-Man, dumbass, what about what we can't see? And so the Justice League Antarctica begin to fight the penguins. Nort's actually eating them. I don't know about you guys, but I think this is kind of fun. Anybody got any hot sauce? Doggy is eating the birdies? Nah, I'm just storing them away until we take them to penguin prison. And then we see the mighty Bruce. Look, I'm a vegetarian. I don't believe in violence to animals. I don't eat meat, fish, or fowl. So don't eat me, okay? We see the Clock King saying that they've got 36 seconds before they've been chewed, swallowed, and digested, having Major Disaster ask, how could they possibly digest us so quickly? Another miracle of modern science, he answers. But the group begins to get overwhelmed, and Major Disaster tells everybody, into the stockroom, now! Is this really dignified running away like that? Since when did we ever worry about dignity? Good point. That does it. We're in, and the door is strong enough to keep them out. But what do we do now? Maybe Big Sir will teach you songs, and we can have a sing-along. Good idea, sir. Really good idea. Thank you. This is ridiculous, Disaster. What kind of leader are you? We're trapped here, cornered. You know I've had about all I could stand out of you right now. Just shut your mouth. Make me. All right, I will. You and what army? And the lights go out. The lights. I don't believe this. What don't you believe, skier old pal? Shall I start with the A's? What the? It's Big Sir. He's afraid of the dark. Cut to Justice League America and Europe outside, and they're looking down on the facility, and they see all the penguins covering it. And Blue Beetle says, hey, John, do me a favor, will you? Next time you're a little miffed about the way JL America's handling things, keep this picture in mind. Martian Manhunters, they're all over this place. And we still can't make radio contact with a group. No, that would make things too easy. Captain, shall we? And Captain Atom and Martian Manhunter fly away. What if I said no? If only life were that simple. And apparently they just decided to have a big old JLA group shot with Metamorpho going, we're not really doing this, are we? Doing what? Asks Martian Manhunter. Fighting a horde of killer penguins. Of course we're not. That's a relief. They're so cute, Fire says. Captain Atom answers, given the chance, Fire, those cute birds would eat every gram of flesh off you. That's been tried before, Captain. Yes, well, wait, say what? And we cut to the Justice League Antarctica still trapped in the dark. Nort, The ring. What ring? Your power ring. What about it? Light the room with it, you cretin. Cheese and crackers, there you go yelling at me again. Why are you yelling at the doggy, Major? The doggy's been very bad, sir. Should I hit him with a rolled up newspaper? Not yet. Now, here's the plan. It's time I used my power. And used it well. What? No. It's too unpredictable. We could all die. Please, don't do it. Don't do it. Stop it, man. You're hysterical. I knew that. Nort will protect you all in a ring bubble. I will? Multi-Man's right. We're all going to die. No, we're going to live, and I'll see to it. I just have to be free and clear in order to use my power to its fullest extent. It's time, once and for all, that I prove I've got what it takes to be a hero. And if you don't, we were going to die anyway. And as the JLA is having a confusion of JLA, Justice League Antarctica, Justice League America, maybe they need to get a new name, they watch as the building and mountain begin to crumble and then completely fall apart. Apparently, did the JLA, by that I mean Justice League Antarctica, did they actually get out? They didn't show it, but it looks like their headquarters is going down. And we cut to in Justice League, I keep saying that, cut to Justice League Antarctica, who are indeed buried alive. Big Sir begins praying, which Multi-Man yells at him about, and Clock King is thinking, you know what, he may have the right idea. So the real Justice Leagues, Europe and America, go down into the crevice. They're worried. Hey, what about the Justice League Ant, as Captain Atom has named them? And they think, you know what, come on, Nort's a Green Lantern, right? And they think, oh my gosh, they're all dead. But the elongated man uses his powers to stretch and find the crevices, and yes, he does indeed hear very bad singing of Amazing Grace and knows that the team is alive. We see the Flash join the rest of the team, and he's saying that, hey, it looks like everything's okay. I scouted the whole area, and it looks like the quake took care of all those bad little birds. Then the dangerous past, Martian Manhunter asks, can we really be sure? What if some of them got away? Maybe they headed for civilization right now. Yeah, and they're probably plotting revenge on the League, and one of these days, just when we least expect it, the secret society of super penguins will strike. Are you quite finished? No, I want time and a half for being dragged along on what's got to be the flat-out stupidest case in the history of superheroes. That's when the elongated man pops his head up and says, hey, you think you guys could stop arguing and come down here? I think I found us some survivors. All of them? Every last one. Oh, joy. Cut to Justice League Europe's headquarters. They were what? And Captain Adams answers, singing Amazing Grace. Then on the ride home, Multi-Man kept weeping and screaming, gnashing his teeth, rending his clothes, the whole bit. You're kidding. No. And after that, Bruce got them all into some kind of Tibetan chanting. 5 minutes after that, Nort went into a trance, claimed he'd become one with the universe, and that heaven looked like some kind of giant fire hydrant. And then Big Sir started speaking in tongues. Quite an interesting group, our Justice League Antarctica. After this mess, I think we'd all be safer if we made them Justice League Lunar. I mean, how much trouble could they get up there? And yeah, you know what? Don't bother answering that one. I think I know. Cut to Major Disaster back with Oberon and Guy Gardner, whose ears at least look normal size this time. It really wasn't as bad as it sounds, Guy Gardner says. We don't want to hear it. Oberon, come on, you understand. Sometimes even the simplest of situations gets out of hand, and keep it to yourself, yuts. But I zip it. Forgive them, Father, they know not what they do. And Oberon and Guy Gardner say, what? That's when Martian Manhunter walked out. Max, we'll see you now, Major. Thank you, John. At least someone around here knows what it means to be polite. Compassion is the Martian way. I feel that you and I are kindred spirits, that given time we could become true friends, that we could learn to laugh together, play together, that we zip it. Hey, what happened in the Martian way? I think I've been on Earth 5 minutes too long. Oberon says, it's amazing. I think I've finally found someone I like less than you, Gardner. Live and learn, Tiny. Live and learn. To all embassies from Maxwell Lord, Justice League Antarctica. Never mind. And so they scattered to the far corners of the globe to seek their fortunes. What became of them? Read on. Major Disaster is currently enrolled in dental school in Anaheim, California. Big Sir won $160,000 as a contestant on the television game show Concentration. The mighty Bruce is living in a 1968 Ford van and selling handheld computer Bibles door to door. The Scarlet Skier is looking for work on the slopes of Aspen, California. Or Colorado, if you actually know how to read and know where Aspen is in. Damn, I can't believe I made that mistake. Cluemaster is writing rebuses for the television game show Concentration. Okay, that's kind of funny. Clock King is taking some time off. Multi-Man is living in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and according to New York and Tampa, Florida, and Los Angeles, California. And Denver, Colorado, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And Nort is... Nort. So ends the stirring saga of the Justice League Antarctica, unless, of course, sales on this issue are really good, in which case all that stuff we just told you on this last page isn't true, and you could expect a new monthly series and half a dozen miniseries and at least 2 prestige format books. And let's not forget the TV movie, the action figures, and the Helfer's Raise. And if Helfer is getting raised, then how about Giffen and DeMatteis? And what about Bob Layman? I mean, you know, how hard is it to cram all these words into such a small space, and then there's that drooly guy. So there you go, guys. That is the very first appearance of and only appearance of Justice League Antarctica. It's a lot of fun. Well, I don't know if it's only. They probably used them somewhere between here and there, right? It's been 30-something years, right? Anyway, it's a lot of fun. This book is more dialogue than action, and by that I mean it's important. That's why I wasn't reading too much of the dialogue, because that's the joy of it. And if you want to go out there and really read the book and get the whole story, I do not want to spoil anything for you, or at least most of it. So anyway, I gotta say, still a fun book, holds up, except for that one page of Guy Gardner art that was absolutely horrible. Just absolutely horrible, but not enough to destroy the book. Anyway, that's my opinion, but what is yours? What did you think of the video? What did you think of the book if you've read it? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to click like, share, subscribe, ring that notification bell, making sure that notifications are on all for both Google and YouTube. And if you haven't done it already, go on over to Patreon or to Ko-Fi, drop $1 in the till, and helps keep the lights on. And I'd like to thank everybody who's already done that. To everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching. Click one of these videos.